Right now, I want to say good morning to Kevin Richards of Ventura Web Design. His picture is not put on the page somehow, but, we got the pooch instead. How you doing?
I always like being a lead-in to the dog.
You are. You're the opening act for a dog. And I've told people that for years, and it's absolutely... but it's, I think it's a real honor to do that. So let's talk about some of this stuff. By the way, Ventura Web Design designed my page, alanstock.com. Did a great job, and I appreciate that very much. But let's talk about some of the issues going on. Yahoo in the news because their mail users got hacked. And then I know passwords were stolen. Now, I've got to tell you, I don't use Yahoo, but some of my members of my family do. And I'm always skeptical of, like, Yahoo and even Gmail and stuff like that because it just kind of, you don't know these people or anything.
Well, I think Yahoo is a name you can trust, just like Apple and Facebook and Google. It happens in the tech world. Technology is constantly changing, and the bad guys are constantly thinking of ways they can break into the system, and every now and then they're successful. So what happened here was Yahoo identified that. They found that it had happened, so they were able to fix or patch the problem that came out. They didn't release how many people were affected by the hacking, but what they did release was that the hackers seem to be looking for information about who you have most recently emailed, the name of the people, and the email addresses. And what they say that they're trying to do with that is when you get an email, Alan, and it says, hey, Alan, you should really try out this product, you're probably more likely to believe that you've interacted with that company or that is somehow tailored to you rather than just a generalized email. So what they're doing is they're trying to bring some personalization to all those scam emails that you receive.
Oh, wow. So once they get into some people, then they get into more by doing the scam. So, all right. Anyway, I'm going to stick with my Cox and with my other stuff that I got going on. It's a lot easier. I mean, so far, I don't think that's been too many problems with that. Facebook. Let's talk about Facebook. People have been trying to prognosticate the passing, the death of Facebook. I don't think that's the case, though. Is it?
It's possible, but I just don't think it's true. There was that study last week that we talked about from Princeton. Facebook came out with their own study predicting that Princeton would go under as well. So they used the same methodology. So they kind of had fun with that study. So what happened here is Facebook came out and they released their numbers as they're required to as a public company. And what they released is numbers that were about 15% above the analysts' expectations, which is always a good thing. And what really impressed the people who were paying attention was that the mobile ad revenue of Facebook has actually crossed the 50% mark, meaning 50% or more of their revenue at Facebook is from mobile. And that's kind of been one of the concerns that they've had, is that Facebook was designed to be used on the desktop, and then they designed for mobile second. And everybody in the tech world knows that the mobile imperative is coming. And what that means is we're no longer going to be tied to our desktops as we have been in the past. So if you want to be part of growth, you want to be making sure that you're developing for the mobile experience. So Facebook has proved that they've got more people using mobile, and they've been able to monetize that mobile, so that was a very good thing for them. So definitely proves that Facebook will be around at least for the short term.
Any other areas of social media that are really showing a vast improvement?
Well, Facebook is always pointing to Instagram, the other property that they own, and Instagram goes after those younger demographics that everybody seems to really care about. There's Snapchat and things like that, and of course Twitter is growing, and you look at its stock price, it's doubled. You really have to look at what demographic you're going after as an advertiser. If you're a small business and you know that your product is geared towards teens, say it's clothing, then obviously you need to be following the right place. But if you're looking, if you're advertising, say, an older product that works for an older demographic, maybe Facebook is perfect for you. You just have to make those smart decisions. Let's
talk about one more thing with Facebook before we change subjects here, and that's, I understand they're rolling out some kind of a new app about news. Tell me about that.
They are, and this is another play to make sure that they stay relevant. People are getting tired of maybe sitting in their chair and flipping through the standard news feed. The news feed is where all of your friends and the companies that you follow, you kind of flip through there and you get some information. But it's not what's called curated. It's just kind of in the order that it was received. And that doesn't necessarily lend itself to the best experience for that end user. So what Facebook is doing is they've identified that, and they want to start kind of reading through and understanding the value of those status updates, and they're going to start collating them and putting them into sections like photography, sports, food, science, design, basically making it seem much more like a newspaper. So this new app is going to come out, and it's called, of course, Paper, and that's going to be available for download on February 3rd.
Wow. All right. Will it won't cost any more? It's just part of your Facebook account, right?
Right. Facebook has made it clear they're not intending to charge users for anything ever. That's what Mark Zuckerberg said a couple years ago, and basically it's just going to be another download. It'll be a separate app, so you'll still have your normal Facebook experience, but this will bring you a different experience with the same content. And what they're hoping is that publishers will start to identify ways that they can optimize their content and start working to improve the quality of content that you can get when viewing Facebook.
All right. I want to talk about Amazon. We come on back also because I buy, records or CDs, I guess, through records. Listen to you, Alan. CDs and the like through Amazon. And I understand they're going to be changing some of their policies. And I want to find out about that because I like it the way it's going now. But nothing lasts forever. So we're going to go ahead and come on back and talk with Kevin Richards in just a moment. Kevin Richards from Ventura Web Design. Let's talk about Amazon for a moment because I do buy CDs from there from time to time. And I understand they're going to be raising some kind of fees. What's this all about?
Well, Amazon has a product called Amazon Prime. And what that's designed to do is get you to be very loyal to Amazon. And the way they do that is they offer you free second-day shipping on anything that qualifies on their website as long as you're a member of this Prime program. Prime also has other benefits, which are their Amazon Instant Video, which is basically a competitor to Netflix. And you can also, if you're a Kindle owner, you can borrow a book rather than having to buy it. So it's kind of cool. So what Amazon is saying is that all this shipping that they're doing, and that they've got more than, according to their CFO, more than 19 million shipments have gone out during peak periods. What they're saying is that it's costing too much. The fuel shipping costs are just astronomical, and they might need to actually raise this Amazon Prime cost. Currently, it's $79 a year, and they're projecting they might need to raise it to $119.
Wow. That's a big difference. That's a huge difference.
It is, and they've never released the number of people that have signed up and become Prime members, although analysts have said that they think it's about 20 million. So that would certainly be a decent chunk of change for them if they raised the Prime fee to that
See,
level.
I don't do that. I just go ahead and I order it, and they say they'll send it in the next, 5 to 7 business days or whatever they say. And, I usually get it in the next 3 days anyway. So, I wouldn't sign up for this. I'm just saying, and I buy stuff from them, so.
Well, and you got to look at the value, though. You got to say, do you use Netflix? I think you're probably a Cox Cable customer, but
yep.
A lot of people utilize Netflix. So
right.
If you're paying Netflix $10 a month, maybe it's a good deal to have Amazon Instant Video instead of Netflix, and then the added benefit is that you also get the free shipping.
All right. I get that. We haven't got a lot of time. I want to get to this also because you had mentioned something to me about Google losing in court about a patent troll. What the heck is a patent troll?
Patent trolls are companies that purchase patents. They aren't the original owners. They're the ones that basically they're usually law firms, and they go in and they buy a patent from somebody who is the original owner of that patent, and then their sole job in life is to go enforce upon that patent and try to make money from others who are simply trying to innovate and build new products. So that happened here. Way back in the day, in the early days of the Internet, there was a search engine called Lycos. And
I remember that.
Yep, they had the patent on search and specifically a portion of search advertising that Google has been found to be using the techniques that are listed in that patent. So the new patent holder has taken them to court and is projected to get about $1 billion as part of the settlement.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Okay. Boy, I should have patented some things a long time ago, I guess. I didn't think about that one. I didn't see it coming. He just didn't see it coming. Wow, incredible stuff. All right, so, but Google, I do use Google a lot now, too. All right, especially the Google Chrome. Listen, I'm going to head over to our pet picks. So, Kevin, I want to thank you so much for being with us this morning. Always appreciate it. You can find Kevin Richards at Ventura Web Design. How do you get there? Go to allenstock.com. On the right-hand side of the page, you'll notice there's a logo that says Ventura Web Design. That's their logo. Just click onto it, and you'll be able to get in touch with Ventura Web Design, Kevin Richards, and they'll be glad to help you out. Plus, you'll be at my homepage, too, which is kind of very, very cool. Kevin, thanks so much for being with us. I appreciate it. We'll do it again next week.
All right, Alan, thanks so much.
All right, take good care. Kevin Richards, Ventura Web Design, joining us right here on Newstalk 720 KDWN.